Amethyst. This is perfect. Let's see where we are now. This is obviously not lit up, so there could be mobs, and we don't want to destroy anything. So be very careful there, Gemma. I do not see a creeper, so I'm not too nervous, really. Oh, this is... Oh, there is a creeper. There is a creeper. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to Eyecraftmc. In today's episode, we're going to be exploring new areas for 1.17, which is super exciting. But before we do that, we're going to make today's banner of the episode, because we always do. We're going to start with a green banner and white dye. The white dye is going to be in the white rondel shape. Next, we're going to go on to a green field masoned, which is this shape right here. Then, we're going to go on to a brown chevron, which is this shape right here. Then, we're going to go on to a brown base sinister canton, which is this shape right here. Then, we're going to go on to a green base dexter canton, which again is this shape right here. And we're going to end off last but not least with a green base indented, which is this shape right here. And you can see what it makes. It makes a deer, an antelope, whatever other type of animal of that type. Yeah, so it's basically a deer banner. Could be a reindeer or something like that, but I think it's just kind of a cool banner overall. We'll put it out here. It's unfortunate they don't have deers in Minecraft because it would make quite a lot of sense, especially since some of the biomes that Minecraft do have deer in real life. So there we go. There's our deer banner. So we're going to go inside now, and Gemma Locus is staying over for a bit here. She's eating watermelon in the kitchen, of course, and I think I just messed up this thing. But yeah, so... Hey Gemma, we have a clock. Oh, and actually you can tell we're in 1.17 because this is the new clock texture. I think it looks super cool. It's very gold. There's also a new compass texture, although it's not quite as significant. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going to new 1.17 areas. I've actually done a bit of what's known as chunk trimming, and I actually have a video on that. Hopefully it's out by now. And basically what chunk trimming is when you're taking places in your world that you don't need anymore, and you're basically deleting them so they can regenerate in a new update. So that's exactly what I did. Of course, I didn't delete anything of any consequence at all. There's nothing that we've done before that's been deleted, which is very good. So I'm just going to make a a boat here. And Gemma and I are going to boat over to a new area, which is actually somewhat close there. Yeah, there we go. And we have some torches and basically everything we're going to need to just kind of start getting new stuff. So basically, if we just boat over right this way, just over in this kind of bit of plains biome that's over there, we do have a new area because I did chunk trim it. So yeah, we'll basically just kind of boat over this way and then we'll get to that. And what's cool is that because we have chunk trimmed, there's literally everything we want super close by. So we don't have to kind of go far away. We can basically just get it. And I actually have it, like I think even just that mountain over there is chunk trimmed. Gemma's house in the mountains is not, of course. And I don't think this little bit of plains biome here is, but the plains biome we can see right in front of us is, as well as this mountain biome here. So hopefully we can find some of the cool new stuff like copper, maybe we can find some geodes, possibly whatever else that's generating now, I'm not sure, possibly a glow squid and axolotl, something cool like that, of course, would be awesome. And of course, there's a whole bunch of new features in here. This is only part one of Caves and Cliffs, but still is a lot of cool stuff to look at. So we'll get our boat here, and that dolphin gave me a bit of speed boost, and we'll go up here and find ourselves some new stuff. So I don't see anything new in here, but again, most likely we're going to find new stuff over here. So basically, we have a new coal texture, you can tell that. Very interesting texture. I'm not sure what I think of it, but it's not horrible. We'll go up here. I guess we can look for stuff. Oh, is that iron? No, that's not iron. I think that's... Yes, that is copper. That's the new copper. So this is what the texture of that looks like. It's kind of semi-corroded, which is pretty cool. And when we break it, we don't get the ore. We get this stuff called raw copper, which is kind of like what's happening now. Instead of ore, you can still get the ore with silk touch, of course, but with iron, gold, and copper now, instead of getting the ore, you get this really interesting raw variant. And what's cool, you can actually turn that into a you can turn that into blocks itself, which is very interesting. Now, I'm not sure if there's any more copper up here. Even if there was, it would be pretty difficult to find, so I think we'll just go back down here. And 17 copper isn't a lot because we do need 9 to make a block. However, what is very good is that some of the new items with copper, such as lightning rods or spy glasses, or I think they're called telescopes, one of the two, only need 2 or 3 copper each. So this is okay. So I think what we're going to do So we'll see if we can find a cave, because I think that'd probably be the best way of doing that. And we can also do is set up a small kind of camp or whatever of sorts, just a little bit of a base, and we can use that to get ourselves some stuff. So I have a blast furnace here, not because you need it, but because it does take a long time to smelt all this, because again, it takes a lot. There's the cool new texture for that. I think that's a beautiful texture. So we have here, looks like a new ravine. I believe this is new. Looks like it's almost nighttime, and I do not have any spawn proofing here. Although, thankfully, Gemma gave me this clock, so I can tell when it's nighttime. I think the clock texture is actually more round now. Yeah, I don't see any copper down there. What we'll do is we'll go to bed, and I'll hop down there and see if I can find a bit more copper. And possibly a glow squid or something interesting like that. And then we can see if we can find... let's see what we can think. I think we could probably find some axolotls, maybe even. I'm not sure. It depends, of course. So we'll hop down here real quick, see what we can find. Again, very good chance of there being something new in here. Looks like that's kind of an odd generation there, isn't it? But anyway, here's a new item. This is a glow lichen. I should have brought some shears. I don't think we have any iron on us, but this stuff is glow lichen. It basically generates in caves. Just in all caves, somewhat frequently, not super rarely. And basically, what happens is it gives some light to caves, so it's not completely dark when you're exploring it. And what I actually have noticed here is that we have a bit of emerald ore there, which is beautiful. Let me just deal with these mobs here real quick. I think they're actually fighting each other now, which is perfect. So I'm just going to quickly grab this, and then we'll deal with this in a bit of a safer location, away from creepers, zombies, skeletons, and the like. I don't know if there's any more copper down here. That's what I was kind of looking for, although I believe it actually generates more frequently higher up, is what I have learned from some of these new update stuff. So hopefully we can get that if we just get up through all this complicated mess of water here, which should be fine. I guess I don't think there's any more copper here. I think I saw some lapis. I'm not sure. We'll grab some iron too, just to kind of show off how that works as well, because it's very interesting and very unique, and it's good to learn the new way things work, because it is different. It's definitely a different system. So we're going to land back down here at our camp of sorts, and it looks like Gemma's been trying to explore down there. It's definitely very dangerous, Gemma, but it looks like you could definitely cave down there some more later. Let's look at this new emerald ore texture. Actually, that's a beautiful texture. It looks about the same to me, except for these two large emeralds in the center. I don't think I'll mind it, because I have some good amounts of emeralds anyway, but that's really nice. I like that. It's kind of nice spin on an older texture. That seemed to smelt quite quickly, so let's see how this works now. Basically, if we were going to smelt this, it would give us iron, but we're not actually going to do that, because basically what we can do is we can lay out the gold ore, and now when we mine it with something that is not silk touch, basically what happens is completely different. So here's our fortune tool. Let's mine this. We get now raw iron. Now that just gave us 1, but if we mine this one, it gave us 1 again, gave us 2 that time, gave us 3, so I can give it to 4 maybe. Not sure exactly the number, but it can give you a lot more. These give you raw gold as well, so of course coal gives you coal still, you know, lapis gives you lapis still, kind of what you'd expect. But these items now you smelt into the gold, so we won't actually smelt all that into gold. We'll smelt about half, and we'll grab about half of that as well. So we'll smelt this down. I think that's actually just double the coal in these furnaces. I don't remember. Let's get out our crafting table if we have one. If not, I'll just go grab a tree over here. And let's take a look at the cool new textures for these raw blocks, which I think would be awesome to see. So we'll just chop down this random tree here, because why not? And oh, that's a goat, actually. That's one of the new goats. We'll probably spend a whole episode focusing on these guys later, but they're very, very interesting. There's definitely a new mob of 1.17 as well. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, let's take a good look at these new textures here. Very, very interesting to see. And I hope we can get a good look at the amethyst soon as well, because that's very interesting as well. So block of raw gold is 9 of the raw materials, like this. And you can basically see those textures there. Well, they're pretty good textures, and these basically generate right into these, or smelt back into those. This can be copper blocks, and these kind of can oxidize too. There's a lot to do with these, which is quite interesting. But for now, we're going to keep these in ingot form, because that's exactly what we're going to be using it with. But no, these are quite good textures here. So basically, Gemma Locus and I are going to be looking around for an amethyst geode. Yeah, so we can show off that part of this amazing update, and we'll be right back once we've done that. Well, I found some copper, but that's about it. I wonder if Gemma's had any better luck finding a geode. I'm not sure. I mean, they're not super rare. Of course, maybe this isn't the best way to go and look for them, but there she is. Let's see if you found anything, Gemma. You look like you have. Let's see. Maybe a cave, maybe a geode. I mean, of course, we've been digging for a decent amount of time here, so hopefully we can find something. I guess here she comes in here. I want to go a little bit, don't want to go faster than her, of course, so she can show it to me. Definitely found a cave here. Does this go any lower? I guess it does, yeah. I guess it does go lower down there, doesn't it? Okay, interesting. I guess I'll check it out. Alright. Oh, now this is interesting. This is smooth basalt. And if I know what smooth basalt is, it's always linked to calcite. And calcite is always linked to amethyst. This is perfect. Let's see where we are. Now, this is obviously not lit up, so there could be mobs, and we don't want to destroy anything. So be very careful there, Gemma. I do not see a creeper, so I'm not too nervous, really. Oh, this is... Oh, there is a creeper. There is a creeper. Okay. Let's be careful not to let that explode. We don't want that to, of course, ruin our beautiful geode. So that's the big issue there. Perfect, got that. We'll just light this up a bit. There's Gemma up there. Almost done there, Gemma. So you can see this is a very nice geode. Probably not the biggest I've seen just yet, but I haven't done any... I haven't found any more geodes on this world, so of course that's good. So just, yeah, Gemma, you can just break whatever you want there, just not the amethyst. Oh, it looks like she's found a zombie up there. Let me just come up and... oh, she got it. Perfect. So if you want to just block that up or whatever you want to do. Yeah, here we go. Here's a geode. So this is super awesome. Looks like it's already been growing a bit, probably because we've been looking for so long. So basically, it is comprised of several things. It's comprised of an outer layer of, let's see what this is again, smooth basalt, then calcite, 1 to 2 layers deep, depends. The calcite is extremely easy to mine. It's insta-mine with most things without even a haste beacon. Then inside here we have our beautiful amethyst blocks here, and we have this block here. Now this is actually called budding amethyst, and it has a lot of very interesting properties. The most interesting of which being the fact that basically it grows these crystals here. Now you can't break it, unfortunately, so it's sort of like a spawner in that regard. But we can break everything else. And what I love about this stuff is that basically it sounds like music when you're breaking it. It's the funnest thing. It doesn't even need silk touch, so you can just break these. I'll just have to be careful not to break the other ones. And basically, if you want to kind of optimize this for crystals, what you can do is you can mine all around it, but not in the actual one itself. So you can kind of just let these have every side be facing air, but not the actual sides itself. So that's awesome. So we'll let this grow a bit. We can mine all this out later, but what we can do for now is we can work on these. So these are the biggest type of crystal. There's actually 4 stages. I think this is smallest. Then I think it goes from there, it goes on to this, which is the second smallest, then second largest and largest. Now only the largest one here is actually of any use to mine. All the other ones you can get with silk touch, and you can actually get a placeable item that is silk touch, but there's no other use of it outside of that. And they often do, it's weird, they almost always generate with one side that's kind of open, so I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but anyway, so you can do is you can break this with fortune, or silk touch, or just non-fortune tool, but you do get a lot with fortune, so I have none right now. When I mined that, I got 16, that is insane, and basically these things drop a huge amount, so that was what, 28, so you get a lot of this, not always 16, I don't know if that's the most you can get, I think it's up to possibly 18, but basically what you can do is you can make farms out of this, where you have all these budding amethysts being open to every side, and then you basically can get tons of these amethyst shards. And what makes amethyst shards so awesome, let's see if I have a crafting table on me. I do not, but I do have wood, which is good. So I'll just get this and place this down like this. Basically what you can do is a couple things, actually a lot of different things. If I grab my copper here, I think 3 main things. So first of all, you can make more amethyst blocks like that. We're not going to do that right now because we have a lot of it around here, probably a good 5 to 6 stacks. The other thing we can do with this is we can make it into tinted glass. This is the coolest thing, definitely a needed addition to the game, and basically what tinted glass does, it is 4 amethyst shards, 1 glass, and that gives you 2 tinted glass, so technically you're doubling your amount of glass. What tinted glass does is it actually stops light from flowing. So here's an example. Let's cover this torch in every angle with tinted glass, and if you look, what'll actually happen, if we can reach it here, or like we didn't really reach it perfectly there, but if we cover it all the way, what you're going to basically see happen is, yeah, there you go, you can actually see it got dimmer, because basically what's happening is none of the light from that torch is escaping out. So it's basically the same as if we removed the torch. We can see that happen here. So if we go like this, you can basically see that completely removes the light from there. So what that basically means, it's like one-way glass, so light, you can see out of it, but you can't see into it. So it doesn't let pass, but it is translucent. So that is super useful for things like mob farms, for things like all kinds of amazing decorative builds. But of course, there's the crown jewel of Amethyst, which is basically the fact that you can make a spyglass, or let's see what exactly they call it, yeah, spyglass out of it. Basically like a telescope, like a ship captain's telescope. So that is 2 copper and 1 amethyst shard. And that makes a spyglass, and you can see here they're pretty easy to get, honestly. So basically what these do is if you hold them in your hand like this and then right click, it'll zoom in. Now obviously this is not the best place to view from, but we can do more viewing with it later real quick. But basically you can see it zooms in, and what's cool is if you press F1 to get rid of your, like you can press F1 like this to basically get rid of your all your hotbar and all that, but if you do that when you're zooming in, you can actually zoom in like this. So it's a little bit nauseating. I won't do it too much, but it's very useful. There's a mod in Minecraft called Optifine, which is very, very popular, and it has a very similar feature to this, where you basically can zoom in and all that. But yeah, no, it just makes Amethyst an amazing feature. And again, I hear a creeper, actually. I think it's dying in some lava nearby. I'm not sure. Anyway, but yeah, we can break these and basically just make these just mine as much as we want, and we can basically turn this into an amethyst farm. So that's basically amethyst geodes. There's probably another feature I'm forgetting knowing my memory, but either way, there's that. So I think what we'll do is we'll finish off the episode by taking a look at this telescope outside a little bit, and maybe we can also use this block of amethyst a little bit in my house. So I'll be right back once we're there. And here we are flying back home. And basically, we can now see the full features of this amazing telescope item. Definitely a game-changing item for so many different features. What we can see here is stuff like this. We can actually, like, for instance here, you can kind of make out this building, of course, but, like, certain features are a bit hard to see. Look at the amount of detail with this. It's absolutely amazing. The scroll speed is also a bit slower, so this is me scrolling as fast as I can. Of course, this is me scrolling as fast as I can without it, so it's a lot faster. You can really zoom in, just see a lot of features, and it also tends to load particles and things, I think, when you're zoomed in. So like stuff like this wouldn't be as loaded as much because of the way the textures work, but it's super awesome. And I think just as a bit of a cool thing to do, we can use this amethyst and place it somewhere in my house. Not sure exactly where, but I think a good place would maybe be the library, since it's just kind of something that seems appropriate. So that's what we can do here. Maybe what we could do is we could possibly take this amethyst and put a nice bit of it up here like this. That seems nice to me, I think. I think it's pretty nice. We can kind of make a nice bar of it across here like this. Not like that. That's a good thing. So this amethyst is an awesome block that, of course, can be used for so much more than just that. But yeah, there it is. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of my first look at some of these 1.17 features. Of course, there'll be many more to follow in the coming weeks here with all the new things from this update. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to press the like button. Make sure to comment to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!